Ever feel like you're kind of just throwing your message out there and hoping it sticks? Like, wouldn't it be awesome to have a cheat sheet? To know exactly who you're talking to. That's what we're diving into today, figuring out your target audience so you can make a real impact. We're digging into the source. It's all about building a killer brand strategy, specifically something they call customer strategy. Basically, how to get better results, faster too, which, I mean, who doesn't want that, right? They break it down into 3 parts, and what I really dig is how actionable it is. So first up, you gotta reach the right audience. Sounds obvious, right? But honestly, you'd be surprised how often this goes wrong. Think about all those ads you see. The ones that just feel totally irrelevant, like what are they even selling? That's wasted time, wasted money, and nobody wants that. So then, the next part. And this is where it gets good.
You really have to get your audience. Understand them, I mean. And I don't just mean like their age or where they live. We're talking digging deep, figuring out what motivates them, what makes them tick. The source uses this example. This brand, T Sports. They figure out they've got these different groups within their target market. So like there's men, 24 to 35, who are super into sports. Then there's women, same age group. But they're all about fitness. And then there's a group, 40 to 55-year-olds, who are, focused on wellness, like overall well-being. And you see how each one's kind of got their own thing going on. Right, totally different drives. Which brings us to part 3, finding the right channels to actually reach these people. And here's where it gets really interesting. Because today, in the digital world, the consumer, they're in control more than ever. Seriously, think about it. People are bombarded with messages constantly. So they crave that personalized stuff, content that speaks directly to them, which for businesses, it's a challenge, yeah, but it's also a huge opportunity.
You know, it's amazing when you think about this shift to digital. It's a level of targeting you can do now. It's night and day compared to traditional advertising. Back then, it was like cast in a wide net and just hoping for the best. But now, you can get so precise, like speaking directly to their needs, their desires. For each segment, it's about maximizing your impact and getting those results you're after.
Totally. It's like, imagine trying to talk to everyone in a crowded room.
Yeah.
Versus like having one-on-one conversation. You're gonna be way more effective when you're laser focused.
On the right people. And get this, to show how this targeting works, the source gives this table as an example, right? Super practical. And the best part, this structure, totally adaptable. Any business can use it. So remember T plus sports and those different segments we talked about? Well, they take it a step further. They actually map out the specific goals of each group. So the guys, the 24 to 35-year-olds, they're all about performance. Makes sense, right? Then the women, same age. They want faster results. And the older group, the 40 to 55 crowd, they're looking to feel healthier, more energized.
And that right there, that's where shared value comes in. It's really the key to making this whole thing work. Shared value is like, it's that sweet spot where what your customer wants lines up perfectly with your business goal.
It's where the magic happens. So, okay, I gotta ask, how would a business, like not T Sports, but someone else, how would they actually use this?
Okay, let's say you've got this company, you deliver meal kits, and your target, busy parents.
Right.
Now think about their life. They're always rushing, but they want to feed their kids healthy food. So there's shared value with you, convenience and nutrition. When you get that, crafting a message, that resonates way easier.
Such a good example. It's like you're speaking directly to what they need because you get them on a deeper level. Okay, so we've got our segments. We understand what they want. We even have the shared value thing figured out. What's next? How do we actually use this?
Well, the source breaks it down into 4 key elements. You need these for each segment. It's how you move from like thinking about it to actually see results.
Love it. Actionable steps. Hit me.
Number 1, your business objective. What are you actually trying to do with each group?
So we're talking goals here, but like not just any goals, the specific things you want to accomplish with each little group you've got.
Right. Exactly. It could be anything really, like selling a ton of a specific product, or maybe you're trying to get people to your blog, or even just get more downloads of that new ebook you just launched.
Yeah.
But the key is you gotta be super clear on what you want from each group.
Gotcha. So like one objective for every single target segment.
Bingo. And that takes us to the next thing. Shared value, we've talked about it, sure. But now it's like, okay, how do we actually use this thing?
Yeah. Like how does what you offer actually connect with what they want?
Exactly. Make it crystal clear.
It's like you're connecting the dots for them between their needs and what you've got, you know?
You got it. And to keep you on track, element number 3 is all about measuring. We're talking KPIs.
KPIs. Now, I know for some people, They hear KPI and they're like, wait, what? But really, it's just a fancy way of saying, how do we know this thing is actually working?
It's like when you track your steps, right?
Okay.
You want to see if you're hitting your fitness goals. A KPI is like that for your business. It needs to be something you can actually track, like how many units you're selling, website visits, signups, that kind of thing.
Right, because if you can't measure it, you basically can't improve it.
You got it. Which brings us to our final element, setting targets.
Okay, so we're not just tracking where we're at, we're also setting a goal, right?
You got it. This is where you get to dream big, but also be realistic. You're setting a goal that's tied to that KPI you chose. So for example, let's say your KPI is units sold. Your target might be to sell 1,000 units of a specific product in the next 3 months.
So it's like a specific, measurable target that reflects that KPI you're looking at. Makes sense. Gotta have something to aim for.
Absolutely. And setting these targets is so important because then you can actually see what's working and what's not. It's all about looking at the data. And if something's not working, don't be afraid to switch gears. Analyze why and adjust.
Yeah.
Are you reaching the right people? Is your message landing? It's all about getting better over time.
That is so important. It's not just about like setting a goal and that's it. It's about having a system where you can look at your progress and make changes as you go.
You nailed it. It's about being proactive and really taking control of your growth. And that's why this framework is so powerful. It gives you a roadmap.
It's like you said, you're working smarter, not harder. Using what you learn to get better all the time.
Right. And in the end, it's all about seeing those results.
This has been amazing. We covered so much, like from finding your people to figuring out what they want and then actually reaching them.
And the best part is, this whole thing, it's flexible. Doesn't matter if you're just starting out or you're already running a huge company. The main ideas, they're the same.
Totally. It all comes down to really understanding those customers
Right.
and creating something they actually value.
And remember, this isn't like a one-time thing. It's got to be an ongoing thing. As you get to know your audience better, you can tweak what you're doing and see even better results.
So true. So as you're thinking about your ideal customer, and you might have a few different ones in mind, right? Here's something to chew on. What's that one question that they're dying to have answered? The one that your business, your product, is the perfect answer to. If you can figure that out and get it in front of those people, that's where the real growth happens. That's it for our deep dive today. But hey, keep exploring this stuff, okay? Because understanding your audience, it's a journey, not just a finish line. So keep trying things out. Keep learning. You got this.